Before this story begins, remember this. Every clue matters. Every silence hides something. By the end, you'll need to decide who was truly the criminal. Listen carefully. Because truth sometimes wears an innocent face. It began with a scream, sharp, trembling, and too small for the night that swallowed it. A little boy named Ethan sat frozen on a wooden swing, his knuckles white around the chain. The swing creaked slowly, as though whispering secrets from the dark yard. His father's shadow loomed behind him. "Swing higher, Ethan," the man ordered. But the child's trembling grew worse. His breath broke into sobs. The sound of a slap echoed across the garden, then silence. No one saw what happened after that night. But from that moment, Ethan never went near a swing again. Chapter 1. 20 years later, the story moved forward to a quiet coastal town called Brookmere, a place where gulls screamed louder than people. Ethan was now 30, a withdrawn man with eyes that always seemed to look through you. He ran a small photography studio, specializing in portrait auditions for aspiring actresses. Locals called him the man who never smiled. Each month, new young women visited his studio. They stood before the camera, reading lines from scripts Ethan gave them, all strangely similar. A frightened girl, a knife, a killer who loved her. They thought it was just acting, until one by one, they stopped coming back. Chapter 2. The Confession. When police officer Detective Michael Graves got the call that night, he didn't expect the suspect to walk in on his own. Ethan appeared at the police station, pale but calm, holding a small black notebook. "I did it," he said softly. "All of them." There was no tremor in his voice. No panic. He just smiled. The first and only smile anyone had ever seen on him. 9 women were missing, and he had just confessed to their murders, but no bodies had ever been found. Michael's instincts buzzed like static. Confessions were easy. Evidence was not. Chapter 3. The investigation begins. Ethan's case became a local storm. People screamed for his execution. News anchors called him the Portrait Butcher. But to Michael, something felt wrong. If Ethan was truly guilty, why confess now? And why were there no bodies? To answer that, the court ordered a psychological evaluation, assigning Dr. Serena Miles, a clinical psychologist known for solving impossible cases. Serena met Ethan on a rainy morning in the asylum wing. He sat by the window, staring at raindrops racing each other down the glass. She placed 3 inkblot cards before him. "What do you see?" she asked. Ethan stared. "Ghosts," he whispered. But only when they looked back. Serena frowned. The card was just a pattern of trees. From the start, she knew this man was either deeply broken or dangerously clever. Chapter 4. A glimpse into the past. Through fragmented sessions, Ethan revealed memories of a cruel father who wanted him to be a track star, of a drunken mother who smiled only when she hit him. One story stood out. As a child, Ethan had secretly kept a stray dog named Scout, hidden inside an old box in the attic. When his father found it, he killed the animal in front of him. That day, Ethan stopped crying. He just stared, as if memorizing pain. Chapter 5. The Hidden Truths. Dr. Serena dug deeper into Ethan's childhood. But when she visited his old neighborhood, she heard something strange. Neighbors said his mother was the violent one, that his father was quiet and kind. Others claimed the opposite. Everyone agreed on one thing: the family kept to themselves. No one had seen Ethan's parents for years. They'd simply vanished. Michael found old police records. They said Ethan's father had died in an accident, his mother, a domestic tragedy. But the autopsy files were missing, and the officer in charge of that case was the same man who now supervised Michael. The puzzle was widening. Chapter 6. The second story. One late night, Michael sat with Serena in the precinct, surrounded by files, photographs, and half-empty coffee cups. "He confessed too easily," Serena said, "and his memories, they don't line up." Michael rubbed his temples. "What do you mean?" "He changes small details every time I ask. The color of the swing, the name of the dog, the reason he killed." She paused. "It's like he's creating stories, not remembering them." Michael's eyes narrowed. Then maybe he didn't kill those girls at all. Or, Serena whispered, maybe he didn't kill them alone. Chapter 7. The past revealed. Michael returned to Ethan's hometown. Searching for clues, he met an old bakery owner who remembered Ethan's mother. She was sweet when people watched, the man said. But inside the house, screams, always screams. Then met a retired policeman, the same man whose daughter had once been humiliated by a scandal years ago. The man admitted something chilling. Ethan's father had taken the blame for a crime Ethan committed, the leaking of that very scandalous video. To protect his son, the father lied, and the town cursed him until his death. Michael realized the truth. Ethan's family had not been cruel, he had twisted memories to make himself the victim. But how did this connect to the missing women? Chapter 8. The puzzle deepens. When Serena returned for another session, she changed her approach. She asked Ethan not about the murders, but about love. Have you ever loved someone? She asked. He smiled faintly. Once her name was Clara. She believed in me when no one else did. Serena noted how his tone softened, how his pulse quickened slightly. What happened to her? She left. He paused. She said she'd tell the police. Chapter 9. Clara's secret. Michael and Serena traced records of a Clara living with Ethan years ago, but she too was missing. Neighbors said they were a strange couple, always together, but never seen outside. One day, Ethan showed up alone, claiming she'd gone home. In Clara's abandoned apartment, Michael found something under the floorboard. A small, half-burnt photograph of her smiling with Ethan. On the back was a note, written in her handwriting. If you're reading this, he's already lied. Chapter 10. A new clue. In Ethan's studio, police discovered a church wristband, a symbol belonging to a local convent for young women, the same one attended by two of the missing girls. When Michael visited, the nun in charge handed him a list of all 72 girls who once wore those bands. Only one name stood out, Mary Collins, now a sister herself. When questioned, Mary hesitated, trembling. I knew him, she admitted. He said he could make me famous. He told me a story about a boy who killed in self-defense and a girl who had to decide whether to protect him or betray him. Michael leaned forward. What did you choose? Tears filled her eyes. I said I'd protect him. He smiled, she whispered, and said, good choice. Then he took me to the church steps and walked away. Chapter 11. The hidden game. Serena pieced it together. Ethan had been testing the girls. Each audition was a trap, a psychological experiment. He'd recreate the moment that haunted him most. Would the person he loved still choose him if he was guilty? 9 girls said no. They died. 1 girl said yes. She lived. That girl was Mary, but Serena's instinct still screamed that something was missing. Why confess now? She asked Michael. Why surrender when no one could find the bodies? Chapter 12. The final revelation. Michael received a message from a local farmer near the old highway woods, a place long sealed off after landslides. They had found something strange. The ruins of a cellar beneath an abandoned barn. Inside were 9 shallow graves, each with broken camera lenses buried beside the remains. When they brought Ethan to identify the location, he simply said, I told you I wanted to be found. Serena looked into his eyes. You wanted to be caught, she said. Because there's someone you're protecting. Ethan's lips twitched. Or someone protecting me. Chapter 13. The final twist. On the day Ethan was sentenced, 28 years in prison for 9 confirmed murders, the crowd outside the courthouse screamed for his death. He showed no fear, only a faint, satisfied grin. As the van drove him away, he whispered to the guard, 10 years. I'll be out in 10. When the van passed under the old bridge, Ethan looked through the barred window and smiled wider. Standing on the bridge above was a woman in a gray nun's habit, Sister Mary. She watched him pass, then walked toward the forest road, the one leading back to the old barn. Hours later, a man hiking through those woods saw her kneeling before the 9 graves, murmuring prayers, but there were 10 graves now, 1 fresh, still damp, unmarked. Chapter 14. The ending. Detective Michael never found out who dug that 10th grave. Serena left the case soon after, haunted by one question that wouldn't leave her mind. Had Mary helped Ethan all along? Or was there someone else? Another hand behind every death? The file remains open, the evidence incomplete, and the truth unsettlingly silent. Now it's your turn. Who do you think the real criminal was? Ethan, Mary, or someone else hiding behind them both? Share your thoughts in the comments below.